Off-road racing is the ultimate proving ground for man and machine. And no other race course on the planet is as grueling a test as the legendary Mint 400. All the vehicles racing must find a way to survive the nearly 400 miles of brutal desert terrain. And the top unlimited trucks that try to tame her are custom built from the ground up. They average 5,800 pounds and can produce as much as 1,000 horsepower. But what is truly remarkable about these vehicles is the suspension. And at the core of the suspension is the shocks. Fox Shocks high-quality racing shocks. Their success in racing has also spawned an entire division of street shocks for light trucks and UTVs.
The '89 Mint 400 is what started my career in suspension. It was a pretty big race for the 1600 class. There was 88 cars, and we were doing fairly well. And last lap we actually got into leading the race, but I was just so beat up. I wasn't sure the car could take it anymore. The car barely finished it. The suspension was so trashed. But after that race, I just decided I'm just gonna learn to work on shocks. Took all my shocks off and took them to a friend who was a KTM suspension tech and had him show me how to work on them. That was basically the start of it. You know, we started learning about how to really tweak a shock for off-road. Everything just got bigger and bigger, and things got faster and last longer and much smoother now than in the early days.
So racing technology finds its way into the daily driver just with trickle down. If you look at technology that's in the Raptor is relatively recent, but if you look at performance cars as a whole, the monotube shock came out of racing. And it's all of that need of the racer to go faster across the rougher terrain. And then if you dial that back, it makes the on-road vehicle like the Raptor be able to do multiple things that unlimited truck would have to go slow when he's turning in a tight windy area, but when we get on the big stuff, you have to be able to go fast. The twin tube is probably capable of doing most that needs to be done on the road, where you take a relatively simple shock, affordable to the average guy, a monotube, it's got a full 1.8-inch piston derived directly from what probably won the Mint in the 80s. Where suspension technology will go from here, it's incremental.
Sometimes I look at where the vehicles are at now and I think, how are we going to do better than that, right? You have these trucks going across things that terrify most people. So the biggest change is at the comfort now. Now you have these shocks that you have a very good, comfortable ride. It's much easier to, let's say, go solo a Mint 400 now than it was in the early days. The guys back doing that in the early days, I don't know how they did it.